one less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, good to see y'all out there this evening. Oh, man, good to see all your, friendly faces. I mean, I guess when I say that, like, I can't see you, but most of it means I know who you are, and you guys are just wonderful people. So glad to be here with you all this evening on a wonderful Saturday night. Oh man, what a day it has been, and I am so sorry for us. We mostly started 10 minutes after 9, and we went a little over that. Sorry about that, everyone, but we was having as you can imagine, a little bit of a topic in the back room there about tonight's show and what went on today. So anyway, I'm so thankful that y'all are here. It's good to see all these wonderful people all come together, and I thank y'all and love y'all very much. And man, Abby just come out with a bombshell there, member for 9 months. Thank you, Abby. Appreciate you, gal. Man, welcome everybody. And we have some wonderful people in the green room, and let's get them right out here, and we'll get on with tonight's topic. Okay. So anyway, up first, I would like to bring out Mr. Scotsman, the Scottish American. How you doing today, buddy?
All right, man. Good to be here. Good to see everyone out there, man.
Well, good to have you here, brother. Good to have you. And thank you so much for being here tonight. And up next, we'll just go right on down the line. I want to welcome Moondog. How you doing tonight, brother?
Very good. Glad to be back home after my visit back east. It's been 2 weeks now already, but visiting and meeting with our fellow Livestream member Mark, who I'm sure he'll be introducing shortly. But it's nice to be away from the heat. So back here in foggy San Francisco.
Yes, and we'd like to hear about your Mark's adventures out there. Great. I'm sure it's a lot of fun. I've been watching the videos you guys have been sharing, and it looks like just so much fun. And you guys did awesome charity too for that. So yeah, do not let me forget. We definitely want to talk about that for a little bit too.
Sure.
So thank you so much for being here, brother.
Glad to be here.
And up next we have the voice of YouTube, Mr. DJ. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing exceptionally well. I'm really glad to be here. Looking forward to tonight's show, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for being here, buddy. Really appreciate it. And see who is next in line back there in the green room. It is Mr. JH506. How you doing this evening, buddy?
Doing well. Been a hot day. Thanks for having me, man. Hey, all you guys out in the side chat. Yeah, I'm blessed beyond reason. I didn't get shot at today. So
that is a good thing, buddy. That is a real good thing.
It is.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Jamie. Always appreciate you. And up next, we'll bring out Mr. Assman of the Leatherwork himself, Mark Thomas. How you doing tonight, Mark?
Real good, real good. Nice shirt, Jamie. Nice shirt.
I like it.
Yeah, it's been a really good day. Been a really good week. We're having a wonderful weekend. It has been a little warm, We're up in the upper 90s today, and they're saying again tomorrow. Actually, we have a heat advisory, so
Oh boy,
might be trying to stay into the air conditioning for a little bit.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
And it's nice to be back. It's been 3 weeks because I was away at the airsoft event, and then we didn't have one last week. So yeah, it's been quite a while. We had a great time. It is a great event. There's a lot of awesome people. It was interesting this year to be a little bit more behind the scenes, and got to see some of the things, meet a lot more people. We really had a great time. A really, really good time.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, that is awesome. And like I said, we're going to be talking about that here in a little bit. Let you and me and Dog tell everybody about that. But first, we have another person back there in the green room. And I'd like to bring him out. Hasbro, how you doing?
Hey, guys. Good to be here with you, Hillbilly, and your band of redneck ruffians. Yeah, that's all you guys.
I resemble that remark.
And I'm using this pointer because, pointing anything dangerous on YouTube might get me banned, and these guys are dangerous, so we got to watch them. It's good to be with y'all. Kind of a sad day. Well, I'm sure we're going to talk about that in our country for this kind of stuff, but glad everybody's going to be, the president is going to be okay. Unfortunately, another person is not, but good to be with y'all.
Good to see you, buddy. And just that pointing finger is just fine as long as you don't start picking your nose with it. I think everybody will be fine.
Maybe that's why it's green.
I've got a box of 20 colors. So YouTube, there you go.
My goodness. Well, first of all, I want to start out. I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now. What happened today? Former President Trump was shot at during a rally today in PA, and he was just wounded or nicked or whatever, but there was some casualties today. And so anyway, I'd like to take this time, if everybody don't mind, just to say a little prayer. So anyway, if you guys wouldn't mind that. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you through your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, Son of the living God. We humble ourselves before you, and we want to, first of all, we want to thank you for Mr. Trump being okay. But there was some casualties today, some innocent people. We pray for them and their families, Lord, and we just lift them up to you. And we thank you for protection of Mr. Trump, President Trump. This is just not acceptable. And, for this to happen really to anybody, Lord. And we just bring everybody that's involved in this whole country. We ask that you just lay your hands upon us and bring people together of all different, races or nationalities, or regardless of what their thoughts are on a political party or anything, Lord, that we just pray that this comes together as a gathering to unite and let people know that this is not acceptable, Lord. We just thank you for your protection. We give you all the praise and glory in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
But that being said, I think everybody's probably heard the news today, and we're going to be talking about that here in just a few minutes. I also remind you to get your hashtag in, HBN85, and get in the drawing for the skinny blue knife. The skinny blue knife will be what's being given away tonight. And also had took some time earlier today. I just wanted to. There's Bubba. How you doing, buddy?
How to do, fellas? Man, did you see him dodge that shit like the Matrix? That was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know how the wig stayed on, but man, that is some good Scotch Guard.
No doubt. Oh man. Anyway, we just want to thank everybody for being here. And I was going to show everybody real quick. I actually got time, a little bit of time the other day to get some stuff rearranged. I actually rearranged my camera a little bit, and you'll see back behind me several different channels and stuff. So there was some patches and stickers that had been sent to me that hadn't got up, and so I want to thank all those channels for sending those, and I just appreciate it so much. And yeah, if you send a sticker or patch or something, we'll get you up there too. So anyway, thank you all for that sent those. Appreciate it very much. But let's see here. Where are we at? Yeah, it was kind of a rough day for me in a way. When I heard the news, I'm sure a lot of people, I'm sure what happened, and this is a mark in history. Like other attempts or actual assassinations that actually happen. And man, it's kind of a rough thing. It gets you thinking. And so let's start off with something, since I'll let everybody sit and kind of think about that. And I also want to tell everybody, if there is any breaking news, if you're on the panel or in the side chat, I'm not talking like just, somebody said, hey, this and this may have happened or whatever. But if you see some actual breaking news from the events today, please let us know, because I'm sure they'll be unfolding, tonight, tomorrow, and whenever. So, please let us know if there is some actual breaking news. But I want to let Moondog and Mark take the floor here, and excuse me, and tell about the event that they got to attend together, and just let us all know about it, guys.
No, great. Yeah, absolutely. So I had the pleasure of being at this event. Well, I organizes a charity airsoft event every year in Pennsylvania, just north of Scranton, called Operation Bad Blood, and it's sponsored by evic.com, which is like they're the largest airsoft retailer in the country. So this is their East Coast player customer appreciation event. So we had over 500 airsoft players from around the country there, and of course my favorite player who was here is on the opposite screen there. Mark was gracious enough to he's attended the event. This is your third year, right? Second year. And this year he was graciously accepted my invitation to lead one of the four fictional warring factions. This is it's an airsoft game, but it's got a theme, kind of a role-playing aspect to it. So it's set in a fictional African civil war in the country of the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and you join the game and you join one of four different factions. Well, technically five, but the fifth one's the local tribal militias. So Mark headed one of the factions that is called the Black Shirts, and every faction wears a different kind of camo. That way you can identify who's you're on your team, so to speak, and who's on the other teams. And you play all days from starting from 11 o'clock. Normally until about 4:30 or 5 o'clock, until everybody's exhausted from the heat. But this year we ended up the game ended early because of the rain. But Mark can tell you about that. But one other thing I wanted to mention is that this event, half of the proceeds are donated to. I almost said JDRF, which is it's a diabetes research charity that is looking for a cure for type 1 diabetes. They announced that they changed their name from the JDRF, which is used to be the Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund. Now they're rebranding themselves as Breakthrough T1D, which is kind of a mouthful, but I'm slowly getting used to it. But so everybody had a lot of fun. But let me hand it off to Mark. Mark, tell us about your experiences.
Well, I am fortunate that I'm much closer than you are. I don't have to take any planes. It's about a 3-hour trip north for us, running up Interstate 81. And it's well above the Poconos. It's up above Scranton, just shy of Binghamton, New York. It's an area they call the Endless Mountains, and that's the event is held at EMR, Endless Mountains Resort, Airsoft and Paintball Park. Great facility. The people are fantastic. It's tucked way up there in the hills, and even though we had some warm weather, it's nice and cool up there. We got in Friday with plenty enough time to get checked in and get camp set up. There was another participant in the event that organized a night game on Friday, and my son went out and played in that. He had a great time. There were people out there running around with night vision goggles, and they had an objective to try to achieve. And my son was able to do that with another one of the players from the green team. So they got us an extra point for the next day's play. So that was Friday night. Saturday morning we got up, and of course it was getting ready to rain, but we got all suited up. Everybody assembled. We had a great meeting. Moondog gave a really good brief, got us all set up, and we were out there at 11 o'clock just raring to go. And it's neat. I mean, when the sound goes off that it's time to battle, I mean, people are just running in, and we ended up having two of the teams combined, the black shirts and the tan shirts, and the two what they call embeds. They're kind of embedded referees. They teamed up, and although I was there as CO in name, boy, they really ran the show. Cardelos and Joker, man, they did an awesome job. Even they bring a couple things every year that they run into it. Cardelos had one of those horns that they play.
Yeah, Vuvuzelas.
Oh my goodness. The other teams, they heard that horn and they started running.
Well, the embeds are in the game are play the role of CIA handlers for your faction. So
yeah, it did rain. I mean, it poured, which was a blessing in one way. It was nice and cool. We weren't hot. We weren't sweating, especially if you got in underneath the trees, the pines. It was just nice. Didn't have too much trouble with fogging up. Could still see, and of course, by the end, when they did finally call the game, when we got back to camp,
it was pouring by then.
When I took my boots off, I literally poured water out of them, and it wasn't because I was running through. It wasn't because I was running through water. It was the water that was just running off of me down into my boots, and they were just squishing. But it was awesome. And then there's always an after party. We were hoping to get to listen to the band, but of course they couldn't play because of the rain. But there's always a real nice raffle. The representative from the Diabetes Foundation, she got up and spoke, and just a real nice wrap up to the evening. Then we went back to camp and just sort of relaxed for the evening. Sunday morning, there's also another set of games that Moondog has organized, kind of with that bad blood theme called Dead Blood zombie game.
It's a zombie game, yeah. Maybe I should explain what that is for folks who've never done that.
Yeah, go ahead.
The way airsoft works, and I'm sure maybe more folks may be familiar with paintball. So you're basically shooting at folks with safe toys, but instead of you're shooting balls of paint and gel, you're shooting plastic BBs. So, but when you get hit, you know, you feel it. It's like I equate it to, you remember back in middle school when that annoying kid hit you with a paper clip from a rubber band.
Yeah.
You know, that stings. Well, imagine getting hit by 30 of those at the same time. Yeah, because you're firing full auto plastic toy guns that are shooting these things, and they go a fair ways, at least 100 feet. 150 feet sometimes. And so, you know, you got some fair distance from the person. Well, anyway, so when you're playing airsoft, you get, if you get shot, you get hit, then you call yourself, you say, you get out of the way and you say, I'm hit. And you say, I'm basically you pull out a red rag, was literally some sort of bandana or something to say, okay, I'm out of the game now. I'm dead. And you go back to a predetermined place where you wait until the embeds tell you, okay, you can come back into the game. And so you're not out for the entire day. You're out for like 10, 15 minutes at a time if you do become a casualty. So you can keep on playing. Now, on Sunday, we play a variation on that it's called a zombie game. And when that happens, when you get hit, in the way I play it is that the first time you get hit, you're wounded. That means you have to use your weak hand now to shoot with. And then the second time you get hit, now you can't run. You got a limp. So, actually, sorry, I think I got that reversed. Sorry, the first hit you got a limp. The second hit you got to use your weak hand. The third hit is the one that kills you. But the thing is, when you get hit third time, then as you die, because now the zombie infection's out there, you come back as a zombie. So you stow your weapon away, and now you're supposed to try to touch. It's like killer tag. You have to touch a live player, and that's how you can kill them and turn them into zombies. So eventually, all of the players become zombies, or at least almost all the players, and it's a game of survival. So it's a lot of fun. Also, we take some extra precaution. You know, when you're playing airsoft, even though they're toy guns, you got to wear protective eyewear.
Yeah.
And and for dead blood, because you're trying to touch a live player, and those players are trying to shoot you. Oh, the thing is, if you can shoot zombies, it takes 3 hits on a zombie to make them to put them down. But the zombie stays down for 30 seconds minimum, but then they come back up. So the zombies always come back alive to go after, keep on going after the live players. So that's the fun of the zombie game, is that eventually all the players, you got the zombie hordes literally going after live players, and it's
There's always that one live player left, and they can run, but the zombies can't run. They just kind of have to limp after. And it's funny, there's like this blob of zombies chasing that one person around the field. And eventually they get us around them.
Yeah. So that rounds up the day. So it's almost like 2.5 or 3 days of airsoft fun.
Yeah.
For players, and we're all there to raise money for diabetes research. So that main goal, I haven't gotten the final numbers of the money we raised, but it's well over $5,000 for the weekend. So yeah,
awesome.
So I'm very pleased with that, and I'm very proud of being able to do that. And I've been doing it for the last 15 years. So it's been great. And I invite all y'all to come out to Pennsylvania at the end of June and come check it out.
Sounds like fun.
It would be well worth the trip.
We played paintball back in the day, and we basically just did it on our own land on a ridge, and we just split up, drew cards, and so it was half and half. One would go out in the woods on the ridge and hide, mm-hmm. and the others had to come out and get ambushed, and then we'd reverse it. And then after that, we just draw cards again. So, as always, the players were mixing up, and we had our guns. We got it pretty high dollar guns, eventually, and you did not want to get shot with a paintball.
Oh,
'cause
no,
it was going to leave a knot.
Yeah. You got some nice raspberries, as we call them.
Oh,
those
Hillbilly, that's exactly the story I was going to tell you. So when airsoft was first new, a buddy of mine, we had teenage kids same age. He's like 13. And he's a smart aleck kid. He goes, here, check out my 1911 airsoft gun. Oh, airsoft, right? And he was such a smart aleck. I turn around and I'm recreating the scene now. See the point here? I shot him from about 6 inches away right in the butt. I'm thinking, hey, airsoft, right? Well,
It's gonna be soft, right?
Yeah, then I saw the plastic bead that came out of there, and he's running around crying like you can't believe. So that is not recommended. It's not.
No.
Yeah, the soft part of airsoft is not that soft.
Not that soft.
Now, Hillbilly, I sent you a link. I have a new video from the event. I don't know if you can play it, but it includes Mark in it.
I have it ready and pulled up. Let me see if it will play here. Okay, yeah, this is it. And YouTube, this is Moondog's video, which is on here, and I am not copywriting. So let's see if it'll play here. Hang on. Let me try this again. It looked like it buffered just a second.
There's Mark.
Oh, look at there. What's that bearded creature?
So that's just one team right there. That's the Deus Ex faction.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, man.
Doc, can I get a sit rep?
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Right now, we're pushing through the wood line. We pushed through, traveled great, good fight. Got the stamp. Now we're moving on to the interior of the field.
How many steps you got?
One to start.
Excellent. Good job, guys. Wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
what's your sit rep? How are things going with your faction?
Pretty good. We've got some good stamps, and we're just moving on. Apparently, then they want to go CO hunting.
Okay, that sounds good.
Well, the original plan of where people are starting is not where they are now. So our plan has gone to hell in 30 seconds.
So hopefully that'll give you a sense of some of the fun we had.
Awesome. That is
So
great, brother.
the one thing I see is Mark has a huge disadvantage.
How's that?
Because he can try and camo up as much as he wants to, but you're not going to hide that beard, brother.
Needed to camouflage that thing.
Well, yeah, we need to get you dressed in gray.
There were 3 times that I got hit, and when the CO gets hit, you have to stand still for 5 minutes, and that allows that allows the team to come and collect a stamp from you, which is one of the objectives. And luckily, nobody ever got to me. Nobody got my stamp. And there were a couple of times, Scotsman, whenever I was in hiding some places, I would take a hold of it and just kind of tuck it in here so that they couldn't see it and know it was me. Yeah, everybody pretty much had a good beat on this thing. It was hard to hide.
Yeah, it's like a flashlight sticking right out there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that was paintball. That was paintball. That beard would be all different colors.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Oh my goodness, that looked like so much fun, guys. And what's really cool is like you've seen a lot of different age groups and men and women, and man, what a great way to bring everybody together, for an event. That is really awesome.
Yeah, everybody's
it really
there
is
to
a
have
great
fun.
time.
Now,
And you brought your son too.
Oh yeah.
Now, for anyone out there that's thinking of doing this next year, maybe they don't have the equipment. Is the equipment provided?
No, everybody brings their own. That's one of the things. But to be honest, the at least one of the factions, the only uniform requirement is that you wear black. So it's not that hard in terms of if you don't have to buy you don't have to buy a certain camo unless you want to play on these. Let's say the General Green's team, then it's all green woodland camo or Marpat. And there's the other teams have a lot more specifics, like Deus Ex. Everybody in Deus Ex has to be in multicam. But if everybody can at least afford to get to buy a black T-shirt and to bring black jeans or black cargo pants, so that's easy enough. And the airsoft guns, they run like what, $120, and some you can get cheaper, but yeah. So it's reasonably priced. And unlike paintball, for those of us remember, a lot of fields, they would require that you have to buy their paint by the case, and then it's a couple of $100 or whatever. Yeah. Airsoft BBs, you can buy 5,000 rounds in a little jar for $10, and that's good for the entire day. And they're all battery powered, so all you do is just plug in the battery before you go to the game, and then you're good to go.
Wow. And I promise you, if you make the trip out here and show up with some black pants or green pants, whatever, if you need a gun, I will provide it. I think we're up to nearly a dozen airsoft guns now.
So where's this at in PA?
It's in New Milford, which is about halfway between Scranton and Binghamton, New York. So it's eastern PA, almost all the way near the northern border.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is right off of Interstate 81. I mean, it's minutes off.
easy to get to then, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, you're like 6 hours from me. How far is it?
It takes me about 3 hours to get there, especially with the traffic around Scranton, Allentown.
I mean, you can use it as an excuse to go. If you want to go further south and east to go visit Boston or New York, or if you want to, if there's other locations around there that you're interested in seeing, Scotsman.
There's Mr.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Gizzard Gary.
Hey, my apologies, man.
No worries.
No problem.
No,
Long
no
day.
worries, man. You just got to drink a hard seltzer since you're late.
I've done it before. I'm not scared. So have you.
One of the worst nights of my life.
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
That's true. That is true, man. Woo, man.
So just answering the question there about are BBs biodegradable? Yeah, if you buy the biodegradable BBs. So that I hope that answers the question. They do make biodegradable BBs, and I use them because they shoot actually a little more accurately than just the full straight plastic BBs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there better grades of BBs or anything?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the difference between like the super premium grade and the regular grade isn't that it doesn't make that much difference. There's so many. There's no rifling involved in airsoft guns because you're shooting a round object. It wouldn't make that much of a difference. But they do have this thing called a hop up unit. It's a little rubber nub inside of the barrel, and what it does is it gives a backspin. And if you ever had throw a baseball. So you're getting the was it the Bernoulli effect of things spinning around like a golf ball. So you're getting a little bit more loft. So you get a little more distance when you do the backspin on the and that almost all airsoft guns have that little device that makes the BB have a backspin as you shoot it out.
When we were doing paintball, literally had a sniper rifle barrel. And it was bowed like this.
Oh.
And that was to give it a rate. And literally had out at, I don't know, probably a couple 100 foot, you aim, you set your scope tight. The ball would come out low and just keep on raising. And so, yeah, you had to adjust for it. You had to put the backspin on the paintball. And
so that brings up a good question. Are people just shooting iron sights, or are they throwing scopes on, or what are they doing?
It's a whole range. Most people are put. What do you usually run there, Mark?
I use iron sights. My son uses a red dot. We do have 2 sniper rifles that have scopes on them. So it just kind of varies for what gun you're going to use, what environment you're going to be playing in. And something else to bring up is that not only we wear safety gear, full seal goggles, face protection, ear protection, head protection. Before the event starts Friday night, we have to go through a chronograph.
Mm-hmm.
So you go through and they actually chrono each gun that you're going to use and they put a tag on it. And they do that Friday night and then
Saturday morning too. Yeah.
For people that are arriving late, and then Sunday they're already covered. But everybody has a tag on their guns that says, "Yeah, you've been through chrono, you passed. You're below a certain FPS or what we measured this time was joules. Yeah. The energy." And so everything is safe. Nobody should be out there with anything that's shooting too hot that's going to hurt anybody or cause any physical damage or damage to equipment.
Because you can, I've seen it unfortunately, but when you're shooting either guns that have been tuned up, and you can tune them either by putting a heavier spring. They're actually piston sort of pneumatic powered. So the ones that are electric have a motor that winds a gear that pulls back a piston, and with a spring behind it, and then it releases, and then that sort of like a syringe pressure pushes out the BB. And then, of course, there's folks who are running essentially paintball rigs that are hooked up to airsoft guns, so they're running off of compressed air as well, and so that's the other common way. And as Mark was mentioning, there are sniper rifles, and those are, if you're running a sniper rifle in my game, where I require that it has to be bolt action, and those are allowed to be 100 FPS higher than the full auto guns. So you do get more range out of them. But again, there's safety concerns we have. So there's upper limits as to how fast those projectiles can come out. And I've seen folks with chipped teeth. That's how powerful those things are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and certainly you can do eye damage. And that's why 100% you got to have full seal goggles around, because I just don't want to, thank God we have not had any serious injuries due to, airsoft BBs. We have had injuries mostly due to the heat.
Yeah.
So we've had heat exhaustion and a couple of heat stroke injuries. But as Mark was saying, fortunately or unfortunately, it was drizzling most of the day that we were playing 2 weeks ago. And then by about 2 in the afternoon, then the thunderstorm, it just came down. It's like a thunderstorm. The rain was just torrential. And, I've played I would have considered continuing playing, but most of a lot of the comms are we run with radio, and I have radio on all of the game staff. A lot of the staff members, I couldn't hear them on the radio. So I had to call it, because if there was an emergency or any issue on the field, we couldn't reliably communicate with each other. So yeah, it was becoming unsafe to continue playing in that downpour.
Wow. Yeah. It sure looks like a lot of fun, no doubt about that.
So just in case anybody did not catch that, all right. Airsoft guns, there is no NFA. So if you want a full auto, by all means, grab one.
Oh yeah. In previous games, we've had airsoft miniguns. So
yeah,
those things are gnarly, by the way.
Now they also make a shotgun, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tri-shot. Yeah, they even got buckshot loads for them too. It's crazy.
Yeah, the magazines for those shotguns look like shells, like shotgun shells, and you just load them up with BBs, and then you load them up almost like like the loader on your shotgun.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. That's where you put the magazine that looks like a shell into your shotgun. It goes.
Oh my goodness,
that's a lot of fun, and it's great. As also it's for folks who aren't necessarily interested in playing. They're great for training. They're way better than dry firing at home. So if you've got a pistol and you just want to get the muscle memory, shoot it, because most airsoft pistols are almost 1-to-1 size and shape, so they'll fit in your holster. And for weight, they weigh as much as a fully loaded pistol. So it's great for muscle memory and just shooting and just getting good practice in at home. So yeah.
Wow. That's cool. That is really cool. Wow. Man. So anything else you guys want to add, Mark?
No, I think we pretty much covered it. Just an awesome event, good time, great people. Just can't wait to do it again next year.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll be doing it again at the end of June. We usually have it at the last weekend of June, just the weekend before the 4th of July, and it'll depend on the field, but it may be a week earlier. But typically, that's when we have it is the last weekend of June.
Wow.
And is there a website for everyone to go to sign up for it?
Yeah, the only place you can buy tickets is at evike.com. That's EVIKE. I know it sounds like it should be pronounced Evike, but it's named after the founder, Evik. Don't ask me why his mom spelled it that way, but that's EVIKE.com. And they'll also there, and all of the information about the game. I've since I've been doing it for the last 15 years, we started doing it on Facebook. So we've never left Facebook in terms of the game organization, but you can always find tickets at evik.com.
And the facility that we have it at,
EMR event. EMR Event Park.
Yeah, they've got their own website, and if you want to go and do camping like we do, you can get your campsite reserved there, and you get all the information, a nice map of the fields, so you can get a kind of an idea what you're up against. In fact, we're heading back up there the first weekend of August. Paul from Jackal Tactical has an event going on, and Seth really wanted to play again, so we're heading up there again in about 2 or 3 weeks.
That's great. Paul's great.
Poor Mark, he's gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Well, this
I
is
hope you
pretty
do well
cool.
over there.
Fluffy says his local gun store is putting an indoor CQB course with airsoft for training.
Oh yeah.
Is that what LGS means? Local gun store?
Yeah. What do you think of the dating?
I thought it was let's get some shrimp. I've been like, yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah, let's get some shrimp, man.
Yeah, I mean, shrimp's good every day, man.
Yeah.
That's Bubba Gump.
There's all kinds of stuff you can do with shrimp.
Shrimp gumbo. Shrimp sandwiches.
Bubba Scotsman shrimp. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shrimp po' boys.
Let's take this time to holler out everybody on side chat. So, Jamie, would you mind giving everybody a shout out on the side chat? And what would you fellers like for them to type in?
Can we do Bad Blood?
Heck yeah.
Bad Blood or BB? Yeah. BB.
It's Tim S. It's Shrimp Creole. 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 All right, so here we go. We got Hasbro first. He's on the panel and in the side chat. Alaska One Andy Mark Thomas is also on the panel and in the side chat. Travis T. Dwayne 7834. Gizzard Gary is also on the panel. Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy. Tim S. And that's all I got. There's Run 2A Matters, y'all. It's great, Tim. You'll love it. Info Bros, 3 Jeep Discovery, and DJ Play Nice also on the panel. Mr. Bob. Bama Dad. I bet Bama Dad's had shrimp Creole.
You're making me hungry.
I know. It's tomato thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Scottish American is also on the panel. So is that everybody's corner? Is that everybody wants their name called out on TV? I know, a bad day to have your name called out on TV, right, guys?
What you talking about, Batman?
Yeah, that's it, Tim S. That's it. That's exactly right.
But there's never a bad day for shrimp, right, Bubba?
Never a bad day. Never.
So Bubba has a new channel handle now. He's no longer Triclops Ballistic, but Bubba Gump.
Yeah, there we go. I'm okay with that. That's actually where my nickname Bubba came from. I thought it was because, I was a hillbilly, but no, it's because I always talked about shrimp in high school. And middle school. I never got the joke. I thought they were just calling me Bubba because I was a hillbilly, but no, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with liking shrimp, man. There's nothing wrong with liking shrimp.
No, man. Tim S. is getting us all hungry.
And, it also didn't help the fact that my favorite catchphrase was "Stupid is as stupid does, ma'am." It really didn't help.
Yeah.
Life is like a box of chocolates, man.
Yeah. Sometimes you get toothpaste. Which, who in the name of God made chocolates and thought, you know what, we're going to put toothpaste in one of these? They did that for the longest time. I'm not even kidding. Valentine's candy. Every once in a while, you would get one, and there would be toothpaste in the chocolate. That's not a joke.
Why?
I have no idea. They did it as a running gag. I remember it when I was a kid because my mom would get one from like my dad or my stepdad, and she would bring it home, and he'd just be sitting there laughing. He goes, "Oh, I got the right one," and it'd be toothpaste in the bottom right corner. He's just like, I'm going to eat all but the ones in the corner. And they give it to her. I'm like, you are an evil man.
That ain't toothpaste, Bubba. That's mint cream.
That ain't no mint cream. Like, I know toothpaste when I taste it. Drink a glass of orange juice right after that.
You got that fluoride in there.
Yeah. You put fluoride in my chocolate. What in the name of God is going on?
That's hilarious. So, guys, also don't forget your hashtag HBN85. But before we get to that at the bottom of the hour or so, I put out a community post earlier today, and let me go ahead and pull this up here and show everybody, because before I posted this, I sent Jamie the correct answer by text so he could verify. Of course, it's dated and and all that, and so I'm going to share this. I thought this would be fun. I went down to my aunt's and picked this up today. I took her some tomatoes, and anyway, so the deal was here is that did anybody's parents or grandparents can these wonderful sweet treats from the garden? Can you guess what the name is that we always call them? Yes, there's a recipe with this name. It's not a made-up name. First one to comment the correct name I'm looking for will win a skinny blue or black knife of their choice. I'll text Jamie to verify the winner. And so here it is. And we had a lot of people that is like really close. And yes, they are a sweet pickle. But I mean, a lot of great stuff. And the one that a little spelling mishap, but is this right here? Jamie, I'm gonna blow you up here for just a second, and do you wanna see if it'll let me? Okay, do you wanna let everybody know what the right answer is?
He's muted.
Oh, he's muted. He's
Pull
pulling
it
a
up.
hillbilly.
Yeah.
There you are.
I can't find my phone, man. Let me go get my phone. I'll be right back.
Well, yeah, or you can just like if you remember what it's called, we all trust you.
Well, that's close.
Yes. The answer is stickle pickles.
Stickle
And
pickles?
yes. And anyway, so we had John right here. He called it a sickle pickle, but that is the closest we got. So anyway, John, I will respond to this or whatever, and then you can let me know if you'd like the skinny blue knife or the skinny black knife. And what these are, there's a lot of people said, yeah, we have these and all that. They're like a sweet gherkin pickle, but it is a long process. It is cucumbers, and they have to be basically, clean, peeled, diced up. They need to be soaked in water for make a brine, and then it's basically a 2-day process to make these. And so anyway, it's always a treat to get those. I just thought, it's something that that people might, enjoy. And they do come in different colors. It depends. There's basically, I believe it's some food dye, whatever, that makes them those colors. So anyway,
Okay.
but yeah, some of them sometimes they might be red or green or different colors. But anyway, so I'll write John's name down here, and I'll respond to him on that.
And they're different from gherkins, Info Bros. Gherkins are smaller whole pickles, but
Yeah.
these are cut up pretty good.
Yeah, the regular cucumbers, and but yeah, and then they're cut down, and so
Yeah, they were made by gherkins to be gherkin around pickles.
Didn't you say they were peeled?
I believe they're peeled, and
peeling.
but I know Hasbro. He has to go. He has got something coming up, and so he had told me earlier before the show started. So Hasbro, what you got coming up, buddy? Is there anything you want to share with us?
Well, I've got to stop shooting rimfire at some point. I've been shooting so much, so I'm going to take a break for a few days. I guarantee I've shot 1,000 rounds in the last week easily.
Wow.
So anyway, so I got to get back to some center fire work I've been working on anyway, and playing around that kind of stuff. But and then at work, I've got some certifications to go through that I have to finish. They're really intense. So yeah, I'll be not much play for the next couple of days, and I'll get back at having fun. My granddaughter comes in town for her 4th birthday next week. So we're gonna have a good time.
Oh wow,
awesome!
So yeah, that's at Georgia Peach, Jamie.
All the way from Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, she's coming all the way up, and we're gonna go play at the lake for a week. So
awesome, man!
It'll be a lot of fun. But I'll see you guys, but probably not so many videos for me. But thank you for having me on. You guys will cover that larger topic, I'm sure, very well. And good luck with that. And God bless our country. And God bless President Trump.
You bet, buddy. Thank you
man.
so much for being on here.
Bye,
Always
Hasbro.
appreciate
Night all.
Go easy now.
Raw.
All righty. So, we plan on a topic for tonight too, which I had a few others kind of already planned out, and actually we're going to have a special guest, a company that me and Moondog has been working with, but something come up and they weren't able to make it, so hopefully we can get that postponed to another date, get a rain check on that, because I figure it's going to be a lot of fun, which is probably, maybe a blessing in a way, because, with what happened today, there's some, other stuff to kind of discuss and talk about. Anyway, so I guess I'll just go ahead and put this up here. So with what was going on today, we'll just kind of go around the panel. We're going to be doing the giveaway here in a little bit, and then we're going to get on to, we still have I don't remember if we're in the 90s or the 2000s on the movies. So top 3 movies. So we're going to be getting that, after the giveaway. So don't go anywhere. But I figured we'd go around the panel today and kind of let everybody, just kind of talk about like their thoughts of what happened today, and will it affect the 2A community, and I just want to give the side chat and the panel to kind of speak their mind, to a certain extent. We'll try to keep it clean and all that, so because we don't want to get the show shut down. But oh boy, Bubba, you want to go last on this, right?
I mean, I can go first. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go full tangent. I don't plan on doing it.
Oh,
I already got my tangent out of the way when I first came in. So I mean, no, but
don't let me down, man. Don't let me down.
But I would say the same thing if this had happened to Biden, and I'll be absolutely honest. I would say the same thing if this happened to Biden. This should never happen. This should never happen whatsoever at all. And our country we have gotten to the point where nobody wants to talk anymore. Nobody wants to have an intelligent conversation anymore. Instead, we just start pointing fingers and calling people names and stuff like that. There's no discussion anymore. There's no cause for a consensus or anything of that nature whatsoever at all. And what happened today is something that should never, ever happen. And that's what happens whenever we don't talk, when we don't have discussions, when we cannot talk with one another, when we cannot sit across from someone on the opposite side of the spectrum and say, hey, let's sit down, break bread, and talk. This is the outcome. This is the outcome. It doesn't matter whether you're Republican, doesn't matter whether you're Democrat, doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter if you're white. It doesn't matter. When we do not sit down and talk, violence is the only thing that happens, and this should never have happened. Never in a free society. This never should have happened, and it is absolutely appalling. And I don't know, I haven't heard anything, and I cannot, verify this, but I have heard that the person was caught, or persons were caught. Still, though, this should never, ever have happened. And it is infuriating that we have gotten to this point where there is that much hatred towards one man over a false narrative.
Yeah.
Simply because nobody wants to listen anymore. And that's all I have to say. I'm not going any further with it.
Alrighty. Well, good stuff, buddy. Yeah, I agree that there's no excuse for the violence, especially in that way. And I agree with you that it don't matter who it was, what office they were running for, or what side of the party they were. It's just not acceptable. It really is not. And so, Mark Thomas, if you'd like to say anything about this, feel free.
Yeah, that was a disturbing afternoon. We were just kind of hanging out here at the house, getting ready to go out for dinner, and got that news. That never should happen. And there's some question as to what support did the Secret Service have, or were they really a good enough detail to protect a person? That never should have happened. Not only should no one ever do that, that there should be much better protection for a former president, a presidential candidate, a current president, anybody in that kind of position. That's just there's something that needs to be looked at there. That anybody could have gotten that close with a weapon that could have been much worse outcome. And pray for the families of the people that were innocent bystanders. That's even worse, in my opinion. I'm sorry that they were just there trying to do what Americans do. So I kind of I don't want to say too much until we really get some details and some further investigation, but
Yeah,
it should not have happened.
I totally agree, Mark. And yeah, you said there, somebody innocent, just bystander. There, when rage comes out, innocent people get hurt, and that's kind of what happened today, and it just I totally agree with you, brother. So, Jamie, we'll jump on up to you if you have anything to say about this, brother.
I was kind of shocked, and this kind of thing's not new in our country, and I really don't know why I was shocked, but I was, because you're living through it again, and I was looking back through some times, and I thought that I remembered that something similar happened to Theodore Roosevelt.
It
I
did.
know that he was vice president and became president when William McKinley was assassinated. And then he won the election and won a term, and then he quit and went on safari and stayed in Africa. And then he came back and got into politics as a progressive. And it seems like he was shot somewhere along the way.
Yeah, during a campaign speech.
Mm-hmm.
Before the campaign speech, and then proceeded after he got shot to continue on and do the speech for an hour. That's how much of a badass he was.
Wow.
So when people say that Donald Trump is the toughest man that's ever run for president, no, he wasn't. No, he's not. Teddy Roosevelt was, but that's just me, man. And
No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly because he has one of my favorite quotes, and that was right after he got shot. He said, "That'll take more than that to take out a bull moose." Exactly what he said after he got shot and proceeded to do his speech.
With the bullet in him still.
The bullet stayed in him. They never got that bullet out.
And they're like,
he had a 20-page speech folded over in half around his metal glasses case in his breast pocket. And that's what that bullet traveled through. And it did go into his chest, a deep, not a deep wound. Didn't get into the lung. It was just under the skin. But it went through the speech, doubled over, and his glasses case, and stuck in him. And he had blood on his shirt. That was the thing. He said, "I don't know if you know this, but I've just been shot." And a 45-minute speech. Buffalo, New York, I believe it was.
All right.
And Leon Czolgosz was the attempted assassin.
I forgot, what was the reason that Czolgosz gave?
He was pissed that he didn't get a job. It was back in the time when the spoils system, if you voted for, you were supposed to get help or a job, and that was supposedly the thing.
So I brought this up, and you guys know more about it than I do.
Mark's a history teacher.
It was just running through the back of my mind, and I couldn't put my finger on it exactly. And by the way, I gotta say, DJ, nice t-shirt, bud. My favorites, but I've seen them in concert before.
Some of the best beards out there.
And actually, ZZ Top's coming to our local amphitheater.
Ooh.
Here in a month or so. Actually, they're having a concert tonight. If I take you outside, you can probably hear them. So
just remember, ladies, they all like a sharp-dressed man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm screwed.
You got shrimp. You'll be okay.
Yeah, you got shrimp. Yeah. So, thanks for sharing that, Jamie. DJ, is there anything you'd like to say about this, brother?
I'm glad that the president's life that former President Trump's life was not taken today. I don't think that our country needs any more strain on it than it already had, but we're going to have to go through some more. Do I think that it will influence gun rights? I certainly do think it will have some influence. I think that neither side knows which way that's going to come down right now, though. So, I'm just glad that the assassination attempt wasn't a complete one.
Good stuff. Yep. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, buddy. So, Moondog, we'll move on over to you.
Well, I'm of the group out here. I'm probably the one who is under the most gun safety laws coming to you from the People's Republic of San Francisco and the glorious People's State of California. I would probably bet that there'll be some proposal for change. I'm just remembering back to the last to Ronald Reagan, and after his assassination attempt, they passed the Brady bill, so that required the federal background checks everybody, and that's onerous in many ways, at least not least of all to me here in California, because among the other things of getting a background check, you were also required to wait 10 days for every gun purchase for some inane, asinine reason. Because, I mean, I could understand if they're trying to the cool off period, but it still applies if you already own a gun. So, I mean, if I already own a gun, there's no cooling me off. So why would I have to do it for every new gun that I purchase? But in any case, it wouldn't surprise me, but we've had the federal background check, but still it's about we've seen so many times in the news that there are people that weren't supposed to get passed with their background check to get a gun, but they were still allowed to because somebody didn't do their job properly. And concerning about, I think, I don't know if Bubba had mentioned this, hopefully they'll beef up President Trump's detail. But it wouldn't surprise me if, there were maybe a lighter detail sent to him. Certainly some of the other presidential candidates, and let's not forget there are other presidential candidates aside from these two guys who are running. Most notably, I just remember that RFK was denied Secret Service protection by Biden's administration. And he's totally has said on news he's expecting an assassination attempt on him, just like his father. So, yeah, it's a terrible situation. I really feel bad. I really feel for the family of that innocent rally attendee who was hit by one of the rounds, and I don't know how many other people were injured and wounded as well. It's just a tragedy.
Yeah, and I hate to re-say this because I don't know if it's fact or not, and that's time will bring out the facts. But when you said that hopefully they can up the detail, I had heard today through a news cycle that because of the size of his rallies, they have asked for more detail and they were denied. So I'm sure that'll come out in the wash if that's true or not. So
that's plausible.
Hey, I fact checked myself.
Okay.
Leon Czolgosz was the one that assassinated McKinley.
Yes, and I remember that certainly was because he felt slighted because he didn't get a job in the administration.
The guy that tried to assassinate Teddy Roosevelt was John Schrank.
And what was his rationale, or does it say?
It doesn't say. I just something after I said it, I'm thinking, wait, that doesn't fit. But yeah, that was I got the speech thing right in his pocket, but just the names crossed up. So Czolgosz was McKinley, and Schrank was the one that tried to assassinate Roosevelt.
Yeah. All right. Well, good deal. That's nice of you to double check that. Thanks, Mark. So, go ahead, Jamie.
Y'all talking about Secret Service protection, this, that, and the other. What I'm here to tell you, and I've said this before, and I want y'all to remember this. Nobody is untouchable.
No, yeah.
If the assailant is willing to sacrifice himself to achieve the mission. If you're willing to give yourself up or to die like this guy obviously did today, all the Secret Service guys in the world, you could have the 7th Cavalry. Y'all get it. Anyway, you could have untold troops around them or whatever, and you're not going to protect them completely and totally about somebody that is hell bent on killing somebody, and they're willing to sacrifice themselves to do it. So, and we've seen it over and over before. But it was a terrible event, and we're lucky. And former President Trump is awfully fortunate because 3 inches to the right, and we'd be having a totally different conversation right now.
Yeah. No doubt about that. Well, all righty. So, Scotsman, what do you got to say, brother?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole because that's just what I do. But first thing I'll say is God bless President Trump. God bless him, and glad he's okay. And God bless our republic, because it is a republic. People remember, it's not a democracy. It is a republic with a democratic voting system. That is it. So remember that. The next thing I'll say is, not too long ago, Mr. Joe Biden, I'm not going to call him president, I'm just going to call him Mr. Joe Biden, said, we're done talking about the debate. It's time to put Trump in the bullseye. So there's that, and you can take that for what it's worth. But from everything that I've seen so far, supposedly it was an Antifa member. The shot was from 142 yards, and supposedly it was an AR, and you all know what's going to happen with that right off the rip. They're going to call for more control. You'll see it first thing tomorrow morning, guaranteed. It's going to start flying out there left, right, and center. But I will tell you, more than likely, the way that this went down, and if you kind of read some of what's going on and look at it, more than likely it was a setup, and more than likely it was one of our wonderful 3-letter agencies that did it. That's just my opinion. You're obviously welcome to disagree, but I truly believe that it was a complete setup, and all for the fact of control and trying to take them out. And whoever they had up there, it was a piss poor shot, because 142 yards, that ain't that far, folks.
No.
I do that with my 22s.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, look at Kennedy. Kennedy was taken out by CIA, and there's been others, man. There's been plenty of others, and it would not surprise me one bit. Just the way it all ran out, and if you look at how the information's flowing out there, it all just kind of adds up to, if you look at the past, if you look at history, it all kind of flows together.
Well, yeah, no doubt. And I know, Gizzard, I know you're up next, but I just, since you'd said that, so most of our assassination attempts on a president or a political figure, even like if they're running or whatever, it might be, are most usually strong individuals that want to change. Do you think that's fair saying that?
I would say that's fair. But I would say that they are utilized by the government because they know this, and they take that into account, and they use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
You got to remember, there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of issues, and a lot of them are on different registries, and it's not that hard for the government to go, oh, hey, there's this guy, and go sit there and talk to them and say, hey, if I give you this much to do this, will you go do it? It's not that hard a concept to really think it actually happens, because trust me, it does.
Or just give a time and place that somebody's showing, hey, they're going to be here. And I hear, this building is easy to get into.
right?
Yeah.
They'll walk it out for you. They'll give you the whole way through it. Here's how you do it.
Yeah, I hope that, I know there's going to be stuff that's going to be coming out, like I said, in the next few days or whatever. That hopefully, I'm just hoping that we get some fair news, some actual, fair reports and investigations. And I know that's asking a lot,
Well, unfortunately, the thing of it is we'll never know the truth. I mean, just look at Kennedy. It took us well over 50 years to find out the truth.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell us the truth. They're going to tell you all the freaking lies they want to tell you. And I'm watching my words, Bubba, because I'm not trying to put any money in the swear jar. They'll tell you all the lies they want to tell you, and hope you believe it, man. This is what they do.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, good stuff, Scotsman. If you're holding on for the giveaway, hang on just a little bit longer because we're going to do that here in just a minute. But we're going to give Gizzy Gary a chance to say what his thoughts are about today. Bring in more gun control or what?
Bring in more what?
Gun control.
No. Not because of this. Now, you got to realize, and of course I was late because I didn't get much sleep last night and I've had a long day. I laid down to take a nap and woke up way later than I thought I would. So obviously I'm just now getting caught up on a lot of this news. But I mean, yeah, it's horrible. Is it an excuse for gun control? Of course it's not an excuse for gun control. That's not what we're all about here. But yeah, violence like that on any level directed against anybody, I don't give a damn whether it's Trump, Biden, or anybody else, won't shoot people around this country. It's just not tolerated. Yeah, they probably should have had a little better security, but I'm not going to go all tinfoil hat and think it's a government conspiracy either, but that's not my nature to do so. Could it be? Of course. I mean, there's always that possibility. I sincerely doubt it personally. Your mileage may vary on that one, but it's a horrible thing. Shouldn't have happened. We need to be more careful. But if people are taking politics this seriously that they would consider, and it's happened before, but I just don't understand the mentality of we don't like the way our government's working. Let's just kill some people to change it. That's not what we are as human beings, let alone Americans. That's just my opinion. But gun control? No. We know that's not the answer.
Yeah, we definitely do. But, I didn't know if that's what we're going to be hearing in the news, what they're going to be pushing for,
Well, Gary, send me your address, man. I'll send you my tinfoil hat.
I can say I've got some foil in the other room. I could make my own.
Mine's pretty big, brother.
Oh, okay. Maybe I need one.
It also goes over his beard.
But
thanks for sharing that, Gary.
Scotsman said something about it took us 50 years to learn the truth about Kennedy. Do we even have it yet? I've never heard anything yet that says that's been solved.
There's still stuff that hasn't been declassified.
Right?
So,
yeah,
it's not all been declassified.
Yeah.
We know the CIA was involved.
Well, we don't even know the complete true story about Lincoln's assassination. I mean, I've heard all kinds of debate about John Wilkes Booth. Did he actually survive? Was that him in the barn? There's still all kinds of stories.
The only thing that you really got to take from that, Gary, is that a 3-letter agency that's supposed to work for the people ain't working for the people. That's all you got to take from that.
DJ, you said you had something you'd like to add to?
Yeah, and Mark, you can fact check me, please, on any of this because I did it in kind of a hurry. So, 4 presidents: Lincoln, Garfield, McKinley, and Kennedy in office. Okay, Roosevelt was one of the ones where it was attempted and they actually hit the person. Reagan was the other one. That's the one that I can remember. But then there are to have been attempts or known attempts made starting with Jackson, Taft, Hoover, FDR, Truman, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Bush, Clinton, other Bush, Obama, Trump when he was in office, Biden once in May of last year, they say, and now an attempt again today. So lest we think that this is like something that's completely new, and we only remember that, it was Kennedy and somebody else. I mean, we're all different, have different levels of our understanding of American history and world history, and indeed. So there have been more attempts than just a few. It's been quite a few. And so maybe if somebody's feeling like this is like a really rare occurrence and they feel extra bad about that kind of thing, like what's the luck kind of thing, it's not that uncommon apparently. So those were attempts. Those, that big long list, those were attempts, but they didn't include one of the people actually being touched by a bullet or other means. That's what I got.
Yeah, good stuff there, buddy.
So I just know one thing about the Kennedy thing. All right, 6'5" Carcano does not come out looking that perfect. All right, after going through somebody's neck and going through somebody's head and going through an automobile. I'm sorry, it doesn't not deform. I'm just putting that out there. Plus, an exit wound usually goes out and explodes forward, right? When it comes out, it explodes forward, right? The shrapnel that comes out of anything that you're shooting. When it goes out through something, tiny hole comes out, right? So why is whenever you see the video, it's behind him, not in front of him if he got shot from behind? Anyway, just say I'm just went down a rabbit hole. Oh my god!
Well, we got somebody in the
it's-
side
it's-
chat saying, "Hey."
It's a good rabbit hole, man, because it's true.
So we want to say hey to Mario out there.
Absolutely. Hey.
Hey. Oh man. So, oh my goodness. Let me change the band here so everybody can be sure and get their hashtag in. So we're going to be doing a giveaway here in just a second. Hashtag HBN85, and that will be for the skinny blue knife. And anyway, I want to thank you all, side chat and panel. A lot of good and different, perspectives on this and everything. And again, as a lot of people's mentioned, pray for the families that was involved in that, that this mishap, this, terrible thing happened to these families. There's, I'm sure, brothers, sisters, maybe moms, dads, children, maybe, that's having one of the worst nights of their life right now, and it's all because of one person, or as some would say, maybe more than one person, decided to do something like this today with President Trump surrounded by innocent bystanders. And it's a very sad deal. I really, really, hate that, any of this happened. And, so, just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And also President Trump and his family. Please keep your eyes open and ears open. about if you see some way this is going to affect our Second Amendment rights, because we need to make sure we get on top of it at the very beginning. If you believe in the Second Amendment, we may have, basically a fight on our own hands here, because of, a deranged person, doing this. And evidently he was not sane, and, that should not affect all of our Second Amendments because of one person or possibly a small group of people, or who knows what's going to come out in the next few days. We don't know that, but we need to make sure that we stay on top of that issue too. So anyway, with saying that, man, let's give something away. Let me get this pulled up real quick. We have right now we have 27 entries in the drawing for tonight. I'll bring it up here, and I'll give you guys we'll give just a quick moment here for, somebody maybe just jumped on or whatever that has not had the opportunity to get their hashtags in. And so Bubba, you enjoy counting us down. So would you like to count this down for us, brother?
All right.
And if you didn't get in, that way you can blame Bubba and not me.
5 tyrants, 4 tyrants, 3 tyrants, 2 tyrants, 1 tyrant.
In still.
World peace. Go.
Let's see who it is. Abigail Finnegan. Congratulations, Abigail. If you're out there, say something, sweetie. And because you do have to be present to win. She was out there just a few minutes ago, so I assume she is. There she is. All right, Abigail. So please contact me with email, AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com, and give me the name and address you'd like to send to, and I will get it sent right out to you. Sure appreciate everyone that had entered that, and awesome. Oh, write Abigail's name down here.
Wait,
I would like to state that I think this is a conspiracy theory that this wasn't a fair election. I think it was rigged.
I was about to say no one said rigged. Come on,
See,
people.
I can do it.
Get those hashtag rigs out there.
I got foil on underneath this.
Abby says, I'm here just about to put leftovers away.
That's awesome. Abby's a good person.
Yes, she is. So, anyway, congratulations, Abigail. So, before we get on to the next topic, I know sometimes a few people need to jump off, get ready for church, or whatever the case might be. And so I know Jamie, Moondog, whichever one of you guys would like to go first, and anybody else that needs to follow.
Jamie, you want to go?
You go first, Mundo.
All right. Well, I wanted to talk about this thing that I have still. Actually, those of you who might remember, I was given away a spotting scope, and this is a facsimile of that because this is my spotting scope. But OSS, which is the maker of this lens cover, they're giving away the exact same spotting scope a few weeks ago. But the winner of that drawing turns out they're in Croatia. So he can't, due to legal reasons, he can't ship it outside of the United States. So we're going to do the drawing again. So I'm giving everybody another chance to enter into the drawing to win a Athlon Talos 60 power scope with the brand new. It's a brand new scope. All they did was use it as the model to fit the mold for the lens covers. So you get a chance to win one of these. You just need to go to moondogindustries.com/contest, and I will put up a link here for that. So just go there, and all you have to do to qualify for the contest is to be a subscriber to my Moondog Go travel channel, and just subscribe to the channel. Now you can find that at youtube.com/moondoggo, and send me a screenshot of the button that says you're subscribed, and you can find the upload link or you can use an upload button at moondogindustries.com/contest. Send me that. Fill out the form that you'll get to with your name and now your address, just to make sure you're in the United States. And as long as you have a ship to address in the United States, I think you'll be fine. I put down all the legalese things about there. You got to be a legal age, yada yada yada, to win the scope from OSS. But he's been really nice about very patient and really just wants to give away this scope. So.
And if you live in a different country, give my address.
There we go.
And I will send it to you. Maybe. Looks like a dang nice spotting scope too.
It is. It's one of my favorites.
That cover is awesome. Do you want to give him a shout out about that cover? How he designed that?
Oh yeah, this is 3D printed, but he designed it himself. It's got a nice inner rim, so it provides a good seal, and it won't slip around once it's on your sunshade on here. And you clamp it down so it's retained. That's one of the biggest complaints I have. I know there's some brands out there that will give you retained covers for your spotting scope, but oftentimes, and the one that came with this, that's just a sort of a friction cover. And I don't know about you, but I've lost so many things when I'm out, in the woods or whatever. If it's not retained by a string or something, and this has got some little bungee cord. So this is on there. It'll keep the wet out. Well, it's not 100% waterproof, but it'll keep the drizzle out, keep the dust off the front of your spotting scope, and more importantly, you're not going to lose it. So it's really well designed.
Yeah, and now see if Mark Thomas had that, he could have spotted people on the other team during that.
Well, I should say he won. He won the game this year.
Oh, he
did a good job.
Oh, well.
Yeah, his team won. So he did a good job. Forgot to mention that. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I've got a couple of reviews coming out, some LPVO reviews. I just did the one on the Army's LPVO, the SIG Tango 6T, and I'm comparing it to a Monstrum scope, a Monstrum Panzer, and we'll see how those two stack up. That video is going live tomorrow. So I hope you can everybody tune in to my regular channel, which is at Moondog Industries, and you can see that video. So
yeah.
Well,
thank you so much for being here tonight, Moondog. Always appreciate you. And guys, go and check out Moondog Industries, Moondog Go, and Moondog Travel.
Yep, Moondog Reviews.
Reviews. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, the Go's the travel one. That's right. But
yeah,
anyway,
I think I'll post that up.
And I mean, I'm going to be quite honest here, even though Moondog's my friend, but nobody I have seen reviews glass better than him. I mean, it's hard to do. Trust me, I've tried it. You got, you can see my fat head in the background reflection, I mean, like, it is very hard to do to get a clear view for people to see through these scopes and stuff, but man, the guy does it. And I mean, so if you're looking for some scopes and stuff, definitely check out his channel just for that alone, not counting all the other good stuff he's got. So,
Well, thank you so much. And I didn't even have to pay him. I'll say that.
Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, buddy.
Of course.
So, Jamie, we'll jump over to you, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me. Interesting topics. And Moondog wanted me to go first, so I wouldn't know about that scope giveaway, didn't he? Hey, I'm glad Garage Guy made it, but y'all do be praying for our country. We're as polarized as I've ever seen it in this nation, and we need to be about God first, family second, and some thoughts that Gary said about people getting that involved in politics that they're willing to die for trying to take somebody out. You know, I hate to tell you all this, and I don't want to sound unpatriotic, but whoever's president of the United States, I hate to say this, but they don't really affect our day-to-day life that much. It's more of the congressmen that affect our life. The problem is we got a Democrat in there, and he's the people who came with him are affecting our bottom dollar, our bottom line. And that's when all said and done, do I think this is going to increase chances of gun control? Yes. Will it give him a better chance at winning the election? Yes. I believe those things. But when somebody gets elected, they bring, there's more people elected than just a Republican president and or a Democratic president. You get what do they call that, Mark? That coattail effect. And that's really and truly the people that are in the House of Representatives. Those are the people that affect our day-to-day life more. And I'm just supposed to be telling y'all bye, and I'm going into all that. Thanks for having me. Y'all
what
have
you got coming up, brother?
Just Georgia Shooting Connection on Friday nights at 8:00, and I'm probably going to be doing a rifle review before too long. The Marlin 44. So
awesome! Looking forward to that.
We might scope that out. So anyway, good night. Thanks for having me. Y'all go to church somewhere tomorrow. You'll be glad you did.
All right, Jamie. Well, thank you. Appreciate it, brother.
Good night.
Go easy.
Hey, it just crested midnight here. I'm going to go ahead and chase them out the door too.
All right, buddy. Well, what you got coming up?
Well, nothing specific, but a couple of more leather projects, and well, we got summer fun going on. So whatever we get out there and do, if we get on the water, do some fishing or go ride bikes again, we'll try to at least film some of it and bring you along.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Mark. Thank you so much.
So good night, all. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Great week ahead.
Good night,
Go
buddy.
easy, man.
Take care.
Alrighty, so go check out JH586 and Mark Thomas. Guys, if you've not been over there and checked them out, go check them out and subscribe. Always a lot of fun stuff. So anyway, man, what a good bunch of people we have on the side chat and on the panel. Alrighty. So, you guys ready to switch some gears a little bit and talk about some music? So, panel and side chat. I am not for sure we left off a few weeks ago, and I do apologize for not having a show last weekend. there was just some stuff come up, and I was geared up and ready to do it, fixing to get it all set up and emails sent out, and then we just had a few issues, and so sorry about that. I missed each and every one of you, by not being here and getting to be with you guys. But what I have left on the banners, we have the 3 favorite movies of the 90s, or we're up to 3 favorite movies of the 2000s and up, which we can make maybe like we might add on to that. Instead of 2000s and up, we might kind of break those down a little bit, because that's 24 years of movies right there. But anyway, does anybody remember if we were at the 90s? Because that's what I have up next. But I'm also sometimes forget to take them off the banners when we're done at night. So anybody? Do you want to just do 90s then?
I feel like we did the 90s, but I didn't want to be the first one to speak. I was hoping somebody else would take the heat off for me.
Yeah, we definitely did the 90s because we did Independence Day, because that was right before Independence Day.
Well, but we also did the favorite Independence Day movies, though.
Let's see. We did Cable Guy. Cable Guy was in the 90s, was mentioned.
Okay.
And a couple others, if I remember correctly. My brain's not working too well tonight, but I do remember last time we did do 90s movies. I do remember that.
Okay. Let me change this. Do you guys, or I'll ask you guys, do you guys want to end this series with 3 favorite movies of 2000s and up, or do you want to go to 2000 to 2010 and then finish it? That's up to everybody.
I mean, in all honesty, past like 2010, when we hit the 2020s, there's like nothing. Nothing.
So, like I said, it's totally up to all you guys.
I start to lose track of anything in the teens.
Yeah.
And Bubba, you're kind of right about the 20s. Yeah, already being sort of that way. So if we had 24 of them to include, it'd take us probably a little bit longer. Maybe we just like chop it up one more decade tonight and decide later. What do you think?
Let's list the last good movies of the 2000s before the 2020 and 2016 and on movies came out and absolutely ruined cinema wholeheartedly.
Well, yeah, and after this, we'll move on to another round of something. I'm not for sure. We'll let everybody kind of maybe vote on that. We got cartoons. We got I think I remember it's DJ that brought this up, but also like something we're going to get on into the future is theme songs, like opening songs, like the Brady Bunch. Everybody knows that, or something. Somebody brought that up. I thought that was pretty fun. So
I'm sure people would not be at a loss to come up with television theme songs that are their favorites for sure.
All right.
Easy.
So the 3 favorite movies from the 2000s and up. See, yeah, we got people out there, Abby, saying we did the 90s. Yeah, Tommy Boy. Okay, yeah. And then we also have a hashtag Disney sucks. I can't disagree with that. Old Disney was fun, but new Disney, not as much. Okay, Bama Dad's saying goodnight. Good night, brother. Man.
I will say, as much as I disagree with Disney actually did something that right for once, and they pulled all their funding for Biden. So
Oh, wow. Did not hear that. So, well, yeah, Disney's had, in my opinion, uh, a stretch there for a while that they weren't making the best decisions.
No,
In my
they've been going down the shitter for a long time. I owe you for the swear jar, Bubba.
And I mean, such an icon, though. You know, we all loved Disney growing up. And, you know, it's pretty sad to, you know, see, you know, something like the decisions that they were making. But anyway, let's get to the movies. Hopefully everybody had a minute maybe to think about some of their favorite movies from the 2000s and up. And I got a few stored in the back of my head. Anyway, Gizzard, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. And first, I'll have to admit I am cheating just a little because just to remember what movies came out when, I pulled up a list of movies from 2000 to present day, and I'm picking some off of that list that I've seen and I really liked. One, which seems to be the very first, is a good movie. It's called Memento. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's a really good movie.
I have not.
A friend of mine suggested I watch that, and I really enjoyed it. Another one on this list, let me find it here. Well, Gran Torino. I love Gran Torino. And
you know, if Justin Grimm was here, he'd be cussing you right now.
And I'm going to throw in one I've seen recently, which is Inglourious Bastards. That's a pretty damn good movie, too. I'm going to stop at 3 just so everybody has plenty of chance. But there's a ton you could throw in there.
Those are 3 good ones. Definitely. All righty. So, Scotsman, you want to go next, buddy?
Sure. Hang on one second. So let's see, 2000 movies. So we got a few good ones out there. And I'm cheating like Gary because my memory sucks. So I'm cheating too.
All right.
But we got Get Carter. We got The Patriot. We got Rules of Engagement. I don't remember if you guys remember that one, but that was a good one. Rules of Engagement.
Yes.
Men of Honor, one of my favorite movies. Man of Honor goes back and talks about the first black man in the Navy to become a Navy diver and a master and all the rest of it. And excellent movie. Let's see what else we got out there. We got American Psycho. That one was a good one. Let's see, Romeo Must Die. That's another good one. Snatch. If you guys haven't seen that one, that's pretty hilarious. It's supposed to be more of a action kind of thing, but it's really more of a comedy. So Snatch is really good.
It's both.
I like that. It really is. It's good though.
Yeah. Guy Ritchie movie.
You got Unbreakable, and then you got Castaway.
Oh, another good one. Definitely. All righty. That's some good stuff, buddy. All right. So, DJ, you'll drop on down to you, bud.
All right. My 3 have really good soundtracks. So they're not only solid films, but they have music to match them. First one is Garden State. That's not very well known. It's definitely worth digging out. Another one that I hope you guys can check out, it's got a great performance by one of my favorite comedy actors, Jack Black, too, is the movie High Fidelity. That's like right at the top of my will watch any sort of time list. And then this is one of the reasons, Bubba, I was a little confused because My third one is Almost Famous, and I could have sworn that it was in this chat. We had already talked about that movie, and that one came out like, I don't know, like
I think I
03
did.
something.
I think I called it last week or 2 weeks ago for the 90s, and it didn't hit. I was wrong, wasn't I?
Okay, so that's where it might have been. Okay.
Yeah,
But well,
I
at least
was
I remembered
wrong. I
somebody.
thought it was a 90s, and it wasn't. And
Yeah.
great show. And I'll agree with you. If you're not seeing Almost Famous, watch it. Sorry
That's
to
my top
interrupt
three.
you, buddy.
No, that's it. That's my top three.
All righty. So we'll move over to Bubba, and he can give his top three, and then we'll call out some honorable mentions too.
So let's see, top three. Well, we're gonna go with any of the Minions movies. Sorry,
I love Minions.
I love comedies, so anything to do with comedy is probably going to be called here in the next few minutes. So definitely the Minions movies. Definitely John Wick movies. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to say it. Yeah. And then we'll take it one step a bit further with it, and it's not movies for everybody, but it's definitely a movie series that I like. Pitch Black all the way through the Chronicles of Riddick, all the way to Riddick itself. I'm sorry, it is a guilty pleasure of mine. The Riddick comics were probably some of my favorite things to read. And besides, Vin Diesel looked his best in Riddick movies. Sorry, Fast and the Furious is garbage. Go Riddick.
Awesome. Well, we got some great.
TJ's over just disgusted with me right now.
We got some awesome ones in the side chat too. We got Perfect Storm, Unbreakable, Meet the Parents, Remember the Titans, and oh yeah, John Wick. Well, I had to look this up to make sure because I knew it was really close. But a movie I really enjoyed, Gladiator, was one of them, and there's so many good ones. But also, I liked it because it was a newer film, but like the older one was better. There's an actor in this movie that I think somebody else could have played better, and that was the remake of 3:10 to Yuma. You know, I like the westerns, but sometimes remakes aren't near as good. See, what was my other one? I had it here. Now I can't find it. Doggone it.
I actually didn't mind the remake of 3:10 to Yuma.
Oh, we had a Scary Movie, those in the 2000s, and slapstick comedy. But maybe somebody can help me out with this because I always have trouble remembering their names. But when I had wrote down Scary Movie, it brought this up, and it's two guys' names. And it's kind of like a horror comedy. And I know a lot of people's probably seen it.
Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale or
Tucker and Dale defeat evil or something like that.
Tucker and Dale versus evil.
Yes.
Bing, you got it all the way.
I laughed my butt off through that entire show.
Poor guy.
It is slapstick. I mean, it's it's for the people like slapstick, no doubt about it.
Are you trying to kill him? No, he just tripped and fell in the wood chipper. We
tried to hit the wood chipper.
Trying to pull him out.
Oh man. Oh, we got Gone in 60 Seconds. Heck yeah.
Just like Cage's career after that one.
But yeah, that was another pretty funny one that I liked. Oh man. Now I'm kind of drawing a blank. I had some some there. Yeah, Tim asked going to Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yeah. But I'm a big comedy person. I mean, I just for me, when I sit down and watch something, I want like action and comedy, those type movies. Because if I'm going to sit there for an hour and a half to 2 hours, I want some good endorphins going through my brain, to make me laugh and, and just enjoy that. But then also, I am a sucker for watching a movie, even though it's bad, waiting till the very end, hoping that it's going to get better. My wife will just like, I'm going to bed. I'm not wasting another living breath watching this stupid movie or whatever the case might be. And I'm like, it's got to get better. Somebody spent money on this movie. It's got to get better, surely. There's like 2 or 3 good actors in there or something. Surely it's going to get better. Then the next day she's like, so did it get better? I'm like, nah.
So
I
talking
just turn it off.
talking of action and comedy, another one that comes up is Hostel, and Hostel's supposed to be a horror movie. But to me, it was a fucking comedy. I laughed my ass off. that thing was freaking hilarious.
So how did you feel about the Saw franchise? I think Saw started in the 90s somewhere. Is that comedy series 42, man?
Yeah, man.
That's brutal.
I'm all about the comedy, man.
Yeah, Mr. Balto's out there. The Avengers, Captain America, and Thor Ragnarok. And those are good shows too. And actually, I think for the sci-fi people, there was some good stuff in the 2000s and up a little bit there for a while.
Yeah, and there was a few of them. There was Stargate and a few others that came out.
Yeah,
there was a whole bunch of Star Trek movies and that as well.
Yeah, me, myself, and Irene.
Did the reboot of Planet of the Apes, did that start after 2000? Is that in the 2000s and the teens somewhere in there?
Oh, I think the reboot of that started in the late 90s, wasn't it?
Did it? Right.
I thought it was towards the end of the 90s.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I think it was 98 or 99, something like that, man.
Right.
Well, I have to, since I did talk about some slapstick, and I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive it's 2000 and up, but man, you got to bring up the Trailer Park Boys. And I mean, I know there was a movie, but there was a series for like eight seasons or 12 seasons or something like that, just on and on and on. And, it's a slapstick, type deal. But and I know Abby knows what I mean, because I've heard her quote, I've been Jim Leahy drunk and still do this or whatever. And so I know Abby's watched it.
Yeah, she and I have traded Ricky-isms in text chats before. She's one of the bigger fans that I've run into on YouTube, especially in the 2A sphere. Most definitely, whether it's the CBC original series or any of the films, it's still belly laughing. It really is. If you can have a sense of humor about the equivalent of Middle America, except across the Canadian border, it just happens to be on the East Coast there. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. Check those out.
Letterkenny. Man. So anybody got some honorable mentions?
V for Vendetta.
Oh,
that's probably my top 10 of the 2000s. Excellent. Just really, really good. And like nobody knew who Guy Fawkes was before this movie came out, kind of deal. And then people became interested in it. And it's a pretty engaging story, and the cinematography and the style I really, really enjoy.
It kind of starts off slow, but just bear with it because it does get good. So it does start off slow though, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah, and so like I guess like we can't include stuff that's like Netflix series or whatever. We're gonna have to do some of those maybe as a different deal because then that would include stuff like Breaking Bad and some other stuff. So that's like a whole nother genre there.
Well, has anybody mentioned the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Oh,
Nope.
if my wife was
Because
here, she would have.
I
Well, I
and
thought
I
we were
know
talking
I
about
don't
good
normally
movies.
go for such things, but I watched all three of those in the same day, one right after the other. And holy
Dude, I
holy
don't know.
crap,
I
good
don't know
movie.
how you pulled that one off. Because man, I went and watched one of those in theaters. I thought the movie was over. I started to get up, started to walk out, and there's another 45 freaking minutes.
Oh yeah, 3 or 4 hours because I watched the extended version, and I mean we were in
Oh
this
wow.
living room all day
Dude, I was
long.
dying.
Glutton for punishment, man. I guess if you're gonna get all your licks, you might as well get them all in at once, right?
But you didn't have to remember what happened in the previous movie if you watch them one right after the other. It's kind of like a continuous story. So to me, if you're
Well,
gonna do it, I guess that's the way to do it. But
Oh, dude,
Marathon.
doing it in a theater is freaking horrible, man. Because the seats are so dang small. There's no
Yeah.
freaking leg room.
this was on video in somebody's living room, so
You know?
we got to stop and eat and stuff like that.
Yeah, see that's not too bad. Like doing it in the movie theater, man. Holy crap, no man, there's no way.
I thought
I
we were
was
talking about good movies, though.
I thought those were good movies.
Yeah,
Well, Bubba, Oh Brother, We're Out There. That's like in
Yeah.
the 2000s.
one
I
of my
thought for sure you'd be
all right.
tossing that one out there.
That one was
What?
all right. It was actually also a satire on the Odyssey movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is enjoyable. I liked it.
Yeah, I love that show. Actually, I've watched it so many times, and yeah, G Woods throws out a bunch of great ones. Up, District 9, Gran Torino, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Training Day, Patriot, Anchorman, There Will Be Blood, Sin City, King Kong, I, Robot, which is another one I liked. Man on Fire, great one. Not enough room for them all. I
Oh,
said.
Talladega Nights. Nobody's mentioned it.
Oh man, yeah.
Man on Fire is a good movie. It taught me how to cuss in French.
And easily a top 10 of the 2000s for me is Minority Report. It's one of my favorite science fiction of the last 20 years, 20 whatever years
It's
now.
not science fiction, man. That's a freaking documentary.
All right.
Come on, man. It's like the Matrix. It's a documentary.
Oh,
just look at Trump today. He dodged that bullet, man.
Do you think it'd be okay to share that picture on here? If you guys do, because a lot of you got it all.
Yeah,
I tried to
When
find
you
the
sent
gift
earlier,
with the
yeah, I
president
think
in it.
I think it would be fine. I think
Yeah.
it'd be good.
Throw it up there,
let me
man.
see if I can find it real quick again.
I
thought
legit
it was
tried to
good.
find a gift to play it in here. I'm not even kidding. Like, it was going to actually be my picture for a few minutes. I'm not even going to lie.
It's also, I'm glad that somebody took the opportunity to put a humorous spin on it. And if you haven't seen what he's going to put up on the screen, folks, you're in for a tickle. It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to email it to myself here. So
What was it? It was Bo Burnham that said it best. Because tragedy will exclusively be joked about because my empathy is bumming me out.
That's good.
If you can't make fun of yourself or have fun with others, what's the freaking point, man? You got to poke fun.
There.
I make fun of myself on a near constant basis.
Well, that's easy, man.
Well, that's like one reason why somebody told me, so man, why do you put your face on your logos or whatever? I was like, if you're not noticed, I'm making fun of myself. You know? And that's
I don't think I could put my face on a logo because I don't think anyone would print it.
all right. So we're gonna pull this up here. This was sent to me from somebody in a Discord, and that's why it just got his ear. He's able to dodge those bullets. Oh man. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. And so
Did you notice though?
I did
folks?
too. Thanks for sending it along, man. I forwarded that out to a couple of people. They got back to me and said it was funny and that made their day as well.
Did y'all notice though he's wearing skinny jeans?
oh, Tim Eskin, Battlestar Galactica in the 2000s. Oh boy. So anyway, does anybody else have any other movies? Oh, one thing really quick. I had missed this last week. Actually, I believe it was on Mr. Bob sent me a picture during the private or the VIP chat, and he sent an email, and then he sent this one, and I forgot to share it. So I figured DJ would definitely get a enjoy this. So Mr. Bob, he plays a guitar, and he says this is in his guitar room. And DJ, are you sitting down, buddy?
I'm sitting down, but you got to make this full screen. Remember, it's teeny on my screen. Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Dude.
Mr. Bob's a rocker, man. Look at those Marshalls and PVs and
I'll say
all those strings. Dang.
I want the
Damn,
bass
Sam.
on the right. Yeah, the brown one. That one right there. Okay. And I want the acoustic up top on top of the PV in the middle.
That's a pile. But well, hold on a second. Now, don't start like do all the horse trading without me. Wow.
Well, starting off, I
hold on. He's got a double neck. He's got a double neck. Oh my!
And then I wonder if this is a Gretsch or what that is. I mean, I've seen some nice Gretches with those designs. See, I don't know if I can zoom in here.
It looks like Ibanez.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it almost looks like an Ibanez.
Yeah.
The Ibanez Artist Series. They did a series. The Ibanez Artist Series did a couple of jazz boxes like that, and I have one. I don't have that model. That's modeled after like the ES 175, 125. I can't remember which one they're kind of modeling it after, but they're solid boxes too, man. Damn.
Yeah, Ibanez makes fantastic guitars.
Double neck Gibson in the middle, he says.
Yeah.
One laying sideways at 63 Hagstorm. The neck is paper.
The Hagstrom?
So, okay, that'd be that one right there. 63. Dang.
Yeah. It says Ibanez Art Core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Art Core Series. There we go. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And
you can always tell the lines on an Ibanez, man. The lines are always so flowing.
Hold on. Is that an Ibanez too? The one that you're just zooming in on in the center there? It's okay, because it looks like a Starcaster headstock, but that also isn't. That looks like an Ibanez headstock. So I'm curious about that based on the body shape. It's got a trim. Okay.
Okay, he says blonde Strat.
Okay.
I just know he's got EMGs on that Dean bass right there, and it's kind of making my mouth water.
You like Apple pickups, do you?
So I just saw a new post. Supposedly the person who was trying to take out Trump was a 20-year-old with the name of Thomas Matthew Crooks.
Really?
You can just ignore the fender.
No, you can't ignore a Telecaster.
That's a Telecaster, bro.
I can't stand fenders. I'm sorry. It's just
no, that's a Telecaster, man. That your mama and daddy, the songs they listen to was played on a Telecaster.
My dad listened to Slayer.
All right then.
Okay, I didn't even get to the acoustics up top. Fender there.
See, I found there's another musician out there, another guitar player out there. We need to have a musicians chat sometime, Hillbilly. Like have all the players come on and talk instruments and other gear and stuff like that. I mean, even maybe not for this show, but maybe a different live. I don't know. I'm putting ideas out there. I'm trying.
Okay,
That's a dope
"Amp in
collection.
the background is a PV Butcher, is a clone of the Marshall 900. PV got sued and had to stop production." Wow, I assume something right there. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's awesome. That's one slick looking Marshall stack right there, man. No. Phew, golly. Okay. It's causing me want to go spend money that my wife would not appreciate.
Yeah, I'm like I'm itching the back of my hand, man. I need to see more.
I don't know. The bass looked too good to be true to me. I really wanted to grab that right out of the picture, to be honest.
Yeah.
I always wanted to get an acoustic bass, but I never knew how they was going to turn out.
Oh, wow. You see that Les Paul's made of swamp ash. Oh, my goodness.
Swamp ash. You'll go with my swamp ash.
Well, I had the 50th golden anniversary Les Paul. And guess what? I ended up trading it in at a pawn shop for more of a modern, guitar. I could just. My little brother had a Starburst Les Paul Gibson, and the dude painted it with spray can paint and put white pinstriping on it to make it look more modern.
I always wanted the what's his name, Zach Wilde's Les Paul. That's one I wanted.
Oh man,
he's got some crazy designs.
Him and Jacob, what's his name? Jacoby. What's his name from Atreyu? Crap, I can't remember his name.
That's your band, bro.
What's his name? He always had the real sick, like almost flying V's, but they were like kind of like a cross between Dimebag Darrell's guitars and a flying V, and it just looked like BC Rich and Dimebag Darrell's guitar had a baby.
Well, the flying V is what I ended up trading that 50th golden Les Paul in on.
Oh, did you? See, there's a whole nother list of the ones that got away and what did we see once and we should have bought. My like be all end all should have got it that day, but couldn't have put the money together because I barely had a driver's license. Was to get my birth year Telecaster Custom. That's the guitar for me. Actually, I won in 1974, but it was like my birth year. It's hanging up in a pawn shop, and I was like,
Dan Jacob.
That's all right, Dan.
Right here is my Squire, and I got the bass to match it.
Yeah, I could never afford one when I was a kid. Tried to learn in school, but I was limited. And then I didn't learn a whole lot about guitars until I moved to the States. And two of my teachers play guitar, and that's where I learned about guitars. I still don't know how to play that well. I know basic chords, but I'm not that good. I just know guitars well because I've seen so many nice ones over the years.
Awesome. Speaking of play guitar, what band sang that song?
John Cougar, John Mellencamp.
Play guitar.
That was on 1982, maybe 83.
There it is. That's the guitar I'm talking about.
And Hillbilly, I actually send that. Forget all about that macho shit. Learn how to play guitar. I send that sometimes to people when I want to get them to practice. I think Barbecue has been on the receiving end of that more than a time or two.
Yep.
As far as musical instruments go, the best I can do is I can play the keyboard and I can play the drums.
Oh yeah.
Well, it looks like we got a band we could put together just on the
Yeah,
panel
we
here.
definitely have a 2A band. No doubt about that.
But Gary, you are surprisingly mum on the. We're talking about rock and roll, man. You have always got something to add. You just like don't want to talk guitars, or
Oh,
what
here.
instrument would you play? Huh?
I don't have any musical talent, man.
You can play
Oh,
skin
come on.
flute.
I was in vocal music. I wasn't in band.
You got two
So
children.
I'm your singer, man. I ain't.
You got two children.
There we
that have
go.
Musical talent.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
I'll grab
He-
the mic and sing, but I can't
He,
play.
he can be the front man.
There you
You
go.
bet.
Itsy bitsy spider.
No, see, you're doing it all wrong, man. Itsy bitsy spider. Rah, rah, rah.
Now let me tell you guys a little story. A little story about a bridge called London.
I'd put some screamo.
It's falling
into it.
down.
I can't do the screamo stuff now. My stepson, he could totally do it, man.
Mr. Bob says Kurt Cobain used to play the Hagstorm F3. Same one that he had on the picture laying down, but Kurt's was left-handed.
I always wished I could play an instrument. I've tried. I can't.
Kind of like you, Mr. Bob. When I sing, people say, "Can you turn the volume, the voice down?" And the but I did sing. Hey, Ames. I thought I heard her in another room.
Gary, I have just the instrument for you. The kazoo.
There you go.
I could do that.
See, you got to have strong voice to be able to play a good zoo, man. So I'll make sure you get one of these.
All right.
Well,
Oh, no,
I
you know
actually
what you
sang to my wife, played guitar and sang after our wedding at the party afterwards. And I don't know, the song I sang, I thought it was appropriate. There's a little change in my pocket.
Right on, dude. Georgia Satellites, rock.
Oh, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, keep
I,
me
Yeah.
I know what you
That's
can play,
it.
Gary.
What?
You can do the xylophone.
Dang.
You remember the
Those are
xylophone?
expensive, man.
You can do the xylophone,
Those are
bro.
expensive.
I could do the triangle, maybe
Three
the
sides.
tambourine, I could do that.
Yeah,
So.
something easy, man. You just bang them. There you go.
Mr. Bob says the only thing he sang "Get Away With" was "Uneasy
Maracas.
Rider" by Charlie Daniels.
There you go, Maraca. Yeah. Get you an arm workout.
I know, right?
Around here when I was little, before we can play, everybody be playing music and, they break out the guitars and the fiddles and stuff. And you ran to the grandma's kitchen or whatever and got you some spoons. You sitting there playing the spoons,
So we got a couple hillbillies here. Do either of you hillbillies play the harmonica?
I did, but I only had like two keys, and I was kind of limited, and then I kind of gave it up.
And I still have my harmonica from about 20 years ago.
Yeah, I had a few songs down. I mean, really good. One of them was Clinton Black. One of his songs had a really nice harmonica intro to it, and I had that down, and some others. But yeah, I love listening to Mouth Heart, man. Some good stuff.
If you can get some blues going, some blues or some jazz with the harmonica, man. Oh yeah.
Well, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, they had a lot of harmonica in it. If you want to get to heaven, and some of their songs, they had some good bits with harmonica.
Heck yeah, man.
I'm assuming everybody's seen it. I don't remember the name of the band. I know we're about ready to shut this down. We've been going on for quite a while, but there's basically looked like a bunch of hillbillies playing Thunderstruck. You guys, I'm sure, have probably seen that video. I mean,
Yeah.
that is just awesome. Yeah, standing on a rock. Yep. Chicken train. Well, we probably ought to end this. We've been going on for, a while. And I mean, having fun. I guess maybe trying to make up a little bit of last week when I didn't get to see everybody. I was having some withdrawals. So anyway, let's go around the room, and anybody got anything coming up to plug? Please go ahead, and Bubba, we'll start down with you and work to DJ and up to Scotsman and over to Gary. And if you got something out in the side chat, if you'd like to plug or even for somebody else, please feel free to do so.
As far as anything coming out, this week's just been very mentally draining for me. I barely did anything on Good, the Bad, and the Bubba this Wednesday. Honestly, shouldn't even counted that as number 30. I should just put that as 29.5. I meant 29 and the third, maybe. So I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, my it's just there's just been a lot going on right now, and it's just crazy. And plus all this stuff that happened today, you know, it's just I want to say I'll have videos out this week, but never know. But there will be a Good, the Bad, and the Bubba Wednesday night. About 10:30, maybe 10:45 is when it'll start, sometimes 11, depending on what time I actually get home from work. Other than that, stay safe, stay armed, stay two-way strong. Have a fantastic week. Keep getting at it.
Well, thank you so much, Bubba, for being here. Appreciate you, brother. And guys, go over and check out Bubba Triclops Ballistic. If you haven't already, go over there and subscribe. Great channel. And I'm sure he's gonna get his Good, Bad, to Bubba back up and running on a regular basis, because he just has to. I mean, it's such a great show. So, DJ, anything you like to plug, brother?
Saturdays before this program on the 8th Grade Start Shooting School channel, there's a discussion about mental health, and I would hope that you guys would have heard me talk about it already. So if you aren't subbed up over to Great Start Shooting School, please do that. Brooke Cheney hosts a program every week, and I like to hang out there, and some of y'all do too. Bring your friends. Sundays, earlier part of the evenings, on the She Fires channel, there's a thing she calls the Fireside Chats. And a channel that I used to recommend is kind of reinventing itself right now, the former Armed Atlas channel. I'm going to be having something to say about them next week, hopefully, and some great stuff that's happening over there. So until I see everybody again, be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock. I'm out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, DJ and Bubba. And guys, go over and show DJ some love. Subscribe to his channel. Even though he don't have much content on there, great guy, does a lot of great stuff for the 2A community. And I'm sure some videos floating around of Thunder on the Prairie. You'll see DJ probably. And so anyway, thanks for being here tonight, buddy. And Scotsman, we'll jump up to you, buddy.
I appreciate being here. Appreciate hanging out with everyone. It was a good chat. We had a lot of fun, and good seeing everyone in the side chat. If you guys haven't heard or didn't see the video, I got some issues going on right now, so it's going to be a minute before I do a whole lot. That's why the camera's off, because I got to keep moving around. I can't sit for too long. I got to keep moving around, but good being here. Good seeing everyone, and I'll try and get some stuff out to you guys soon. I appreciate being here, and we'll see you all tomorrow on Foreign and Domestic. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and God bless America.
You bet you, buddy. And you want to tell everybody what time that starts? Foreign and Domestic?
7 Eastern. The only time zone that matters.
Except for us in Central Time. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, keep Scotsman in your prayers. You know, such a great guy. And go over and check out his channel. Do yourself a favor, subscribe, and tune in on Sunday nights to the Foreign and Domestic. Always a great show. It's just a lot of fun. So thank you very much for being here tonight, buddy. And we'll jump over to you, Gizzard.
Well, let's see. Let's start off by giving DM Foss a shout out. He's got a live stream coming on at 1 a.m. Central Time. The overnight, I believe.
Yeah.
So if you're a night owl like me, especially when you get up at 9:30 in the evening after an extended nap, nothing better to do than stay up late, go over to DM Foss and watch him at 1 a.m. Central Time. As for me, for my channel members only chat every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Then Foul Territory every Friday. That's for everybody, and that is at 9 p.m. So, yeah. So, thanks for having me. Sorry for being late, but enjoyed being here.
You're fine. I appreciate you being late. You know, is better than not having you at all. And we're going to give Foss a quick shout out here with this video.
I am gravely disappointed. Once again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
There has been too much violence, too much pain. But I have an honorable compromise. Just come join us. Saturday nights, 11 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Sunday metric. Just join us, and there will be an end to the horror. Just join us.
I love it. Oh, man. Yes, guys, go and check out DM Foss. It has Saturday show, late night, and then also it has on Wednesdays the Mouse Party. And so make sure you check that out. Always a lot of fun. And real quick, I'll try to hit a few of the shows that's through. Most of you probably already know, but like Friday nights, we got Georgia Shooting Connection, and we got Gizzard Gary after that. And we got the 2A weekly wrap up with G-Webs. And then Saturday, see, we got Sheep Fires. That's Sunday, right? So Saturday we got Rick Cheney, Guns Bearing Therapy, Foss coming after that. And then Sunday, oh my goodness, there's a whole bunch on Sunday. Got Sheep Fires, we got Scotsman, we got Rich White. Most usually that has a show on Sunday nights. Also, Ron Wayne does his members show on Sunday nights, and there's just many, many more. So always lots of fun stuff to visit and watch. And I'm so sorry. I'm sure I forgot many, many shows. I apologize for that. But I want to thank you all so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. You guys truly make my day better. Actually make my week better, because I get to spend time with you guys on Saturday night here on Guns Bearing Therapy, and you guys are such a blessing. Keep our country and everything in your prayers, guys. We just got to get back up. That's one thing about America. This red, white, and blue. Whatever's thrown at us, we've always been able to, stand back up and stand strong. So, keep prayers out there for our country and everybody in it. Oh boy. I just want to thank you all so much. I'm going to leave you all with this. Remember, God, family, and country. And make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise. we'll be seeing you all again. Everybody say